All right, folks. Good news, bad news. Good news is I think I have figured out the issue with the wireless microphone. Just to show you, this is the kit I bought. Found it for about 50 bucks on Amazon, and it is one of the nicer kits. It's got the receiver. It has actually a just little mic on a stick, so you can hold the receiver like a microphone. It has the TED Talk mic that comes down, well, actually it comes down on the left, but it puts the mic right here, which is nice, especially in a windy situation. And it has the standard lavalier mic. Now, the issue that I was having, looking at it, is that I know very few people who have a stereo outside of professional level people that will take that, because it's meant for a soundboard. It's meant for a professional application. But they include adapters. Now, the problem I had originally is that the adapter I was using was this one. It's the same thing. Still clips on, still 3.5 millimeter. What I didn't really pay attention to, didn't think of, is it does clearly have phone on it. So I returned the camera that I'd bought, which was just a standard DVC, digital video camera. Had a remote, which I liked. Worked on a standard SD card, which I liked. And I had no problems with the video quality. The problem is audio is incredibly muffled on it with the onboard mic. It is not a shotgun. It's a very low quality omnidirectional. It's really meant for ambiance, really. I mean, when you go to a basketball game, pardon me, when you go to like your kids' basketball games or baseball games, you're going to have people yelling. You're capturing the crowd and the game. You're not really capturing like an interview. So I used that adapter. I'll show it again here. This adapter on this transmitter, and it worked on my iMac. It was not reliable like the mic I'm wearing now, but it did work. What I didn't see in the packet was that one. It's actually one that's in a nice little pastel blue as well. But it does fit. So I had returned the lesser expensive camera that I had bought through Amazon today. My mother and I had to go out. She wanted to run around, get some stuff at the store. I needed a few things. So we saved gas, went together. She pulled me up. I went into Kohl's, gave my return, got my little sticker that said the return was accepted. I had credit in my Amazon account before I got home. Went to Best Buy. And I don't know exactly why, but the auto lender I was with before my current lien, don't want to lose this receipt, sent me $640. Now, I know I did not overpay because I was normally right down to the wire. I didn't pay 2 weeks early, 3 weeks early, 4 weeks early that often. By the end of the year, I typically would be a payment ahead because the year is 52 weeks, not 48 weeks, but I only have 12 payments, meaning a 48-week period. I pay every 2 weeks. So I would get that payment ahead by Christmas. It's very nice, not having a car payment come Christmas. And I typically would just not even think about it. Just pay my payment. And when I would come up and looking for needing to pay the December payment in the middle of December, it's not due until the middle or end of January. It's a very nice way to have things work. But apparently there was maybe I did pay the payment for the month right before I sold it. Maybe there was an insurance thing, but they sent me $640. I put that, well, a massive chunk of it into my savings account because before I got this thing, you saw the state of the house. You know what I was having to record in front of because this house isn't done. Because the house isn't done, I bought this thing. I wanted it anyway because I like green screen, but this does help. But I went out today and I bought that. It's a nice camera. It's a very nice camera. It's a Canon. It's also dang near $300. That ate up a lot of that chunk of money I put into my savings account. And I don't think I needed to do it because that worked. And it worked on my mother's DVC, which is older than the one I had ordered off Amazon. Fewer features. And in fact, when you plug this into it, the video screen goes off. So, yeah. I am guilty of the one thing I say people should do before asking questions. I didn't do my research. First time in a long time that's happened. Now, is this, because, I'll tell you, that camera, take the word Canon off of it, you put the generic DVC on it, and you take 2/3 or more of the cost off of it, and that's what I had. And I'll tell you, aside from not having any audio when I would try the mic, I liked it. It had a remote control. I could put it on a tripod. The plan for the new camera is basically field trips. I get stir crazy. I get cabin fever when I am researching history because there is a lot of history in my area. There are historical markers all over Texas and every other state. And with the exception of distance, it would not be difficult at all for me to plan a day trip. Come in Friday night, eat dinner, immediately go to bed. Up at 4 or 5 in the morning, head out to San Antonio, to Oklahoma City, Shreveport, Little Rock. There's a lot of places I could get. And there's a lot of history. All I would need is a camera, a mic, a remote control, and a tripod. I have the mic. I can get a tripod for $40. I can get a camera basically free because it's Amazon credit that is going to sit there until it gets used. And if I'm not buying a camera, I would probably spend it on an iTunes card just to, pay for my YouTube TV that I maintain so that my parents have it. Or that it would go to, ordering Dr. Peppers or just something. I would use it up on things I could buy around here. But if I can use this little camera that I'll have by Monday and have it work, I'm going to be in a very, very good place. I've ordered it. This is Saturday night. Now, with the exception of the structured videos on history, which I hope to be resuming a week from Wednesday. With the exception of those, I don't record and then post later. There are a lot of people who do because they're doing a lot of editing. There are people who go out and play mini golf courses. There are people like Lunkers or Off the Ranch, Demo Ranch, where some of their stuff takes 2 or 3 days. Matt off the ranch recently uploaded one where he was showing the framing and electrical work on an off-the-grid barn-dominium thing he's having done at his shooting range. That was a 2-day video, so he had to record, come back the next day, record, do all the edits. Probably hit the web a day or two after he recorded it. Videos like this, I put up as soon as they're out. My editing on these is very simple because I'm literally just stitching clips together. I've had to abandon iMovie for Shotcut due to audio issues. I don't like sounding like I'm in a very tiny cave where the echo is almost instant. Not my thing. That's why I bought this. Better audio quality. I don't get into the red that easily, but I can record more conversationally. I really hope that I'm returning the $271 camera anyway, just because I don't need it. And for $30, I can get an adapter for a GoPro that I could get for $80. So I'm less than half the cost of the Canon for a GoPro with an adapter to use my wireless mic. Yes, I know, it's not waterproof anymore. I'm not doing stuff in the rain or underwater. It's not a big deal to me. So, hopefully, and it's going to be some trial and error, for sure, but there are avenues to branch out. Historical markers, historical buildings, possibly even oral histories, where I could take a trip. Don't do that. You take this receiver, this mic, you set it on the middle of a table, you just talk to somebody. I graduated college 10 years ago. Part of my degree was to record and then transcribe an oral history. I chose one of my high school teachers who is a Vietnam-era veteran, United States Air Force, retired at the rank of Chief Master Sergeant. Only person ranked higher than him is the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. Basically, SecDef levels stuff, Pentagon. And he was in Vietnam. He helped do so much more for the Air Force. So I did an oral history with him, but I want to do it with more. Imagine being able to go to a Veterans of Foreign Wars, and I've got a splitter. I could easily split the output of the transmitter to where I'm wearing this and he's wearing the other one. Or if it's quiet enough, use the one I just showed. And get oral histories of people who've seen things that we were only taught in class. Definitely something that I'm interested in. So part of it is what you hear in the voice. I'm very close to this allergy stuff being out of the air. I mean, if I make an effort, I sound normal, but it comes back. So that's why I'm looking at about 11 days before the next video hits. And the next video will start with the revolution, which means we're going to start hitting American history. I did the run up to it. I did colonization because that is a major part of what formed the U.S., but this is about the U.S. I get to the end of that, who knows where I'll go. So, in the meantime, share the older videos with your history lover friends. Share the videos that are not on the timeline of history that I was doing with the people you know who would want to weigh in on the comments. Just make sure they know. I don't care if you agree with me, but be civil. We can have an adult discussion even if we disagree. It's one of the cornerstones of a debate. Agreement is not required. Civility is. In the meantime, make sure you're subscribed, notifications on, so videos like this, you know they happen. Until next time, have a wonderful day.